Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Drug deaths outnumber natural deaths at Charlotte Prison. By Ann Easker. Staff writer. Last year, 4 of 8 inmate deaths at the Charlotte Correctional Institution in Punta Gorda were the result of synthetic cannabinoid use, according to autopsy results. Inmates Cesar Ruano, Antonio Kirkland, Jeffrey Campbell, and Jamie Godsey were the only people in the county to die from the drug, according to the Charlotte County Medical Examiner. In each case, the synthetic cannabinoids caused an acute cardiorespiratory episode. Godsey's death was attributed to the combined effects of synthetic cannabinoid and fentanyl use. The prison, located south of Punta Gorda, experienced a small uptick in inmate mortality, with 8 deaths in 2017 compared to 7 in 2016. Meanwhile, deaths classified as accidents, all drug-related in these cases, jumped from 1 to 4. Rather than grant an interview with CCI Warden John Willis, the department issued a general statement on inmate deaths from FDC Secretary Julie Jones in response to an inquiry about the local fatalities. The mission of the Florida Department of Corrections is to provide a continuum of services to meet the needs of those entrusted to our care, creating a safe and professional environment with the outcome of reduced victimization, safer communities, and an emphasis on the premium of life, Jones said. I am committed to operating the department with the highest level of accountability and transparency to ensure our ability to safely and efficiently operate our correctional institutions statewide. She went on to cite an increase in substance use disorders and behavioral health issues as a primary cause of the rising death count, which is consistent across the state. In all FDC facilities, 428 inmates died in 2017, compared to just 356 in 2016. As our population evolves and mirrors that of society at large, we've observed that an increase in inmate deaths aligns with the increase in inmates presenting with complex substance use disorders and behavioral health issues, as well as a rise in the elderly inmate population, she said. Every inmate death is immediately investigated by law enforcement and the department's Office of Inspector General to ensure absolute accountability at all levels, and we continue to await conclusion from law enforcement and local medical examiners on many of the deaths which occurred in 2017. The conclusion of these investigations, combined with a comprehensive audit being conducted by my Inspector General, will allow us to tailor our services and continue to make intelligence-led decisions to address our growing needs. Additional information provided by the Department's Office of Communications staff states, the majority of inmate deaths are natural. Natural deaths include deaths that do not fall in the category of suicide, homicide, accidental or undetermined. The causes of natural deaths include cancer, coronary, gastrointestinal, respiratory issues, etc. For CCI, the statement does not hold true for 2017, the year only 3 inmate deaths were ruled natural. In addition to the 4 accidental deaths, 22-year-old Broderick Campbell reportedly died of suicide. Bruises around his neck indicate hanging. For these unnatural deaths, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has only released its investigation into the May death of Cesar Ruano. A leafy brown substance was found in a plastic bag in his room, but it's unclear how the contraband entered the facility. Other inmates described Ruano shaking, sweating, and fighting with himself prior to his death. Diane Ramsier, executive director of Drug Free Charlotte County, said psychosis similar to schizophrenia symptoms is a common effect of synthetic cannabinoids, and sometimes the brain damage can be permanent. Heart palpitations and other cardiorespiratory issues are also typical, though there's no one reaction that occurs across the board, since the synthetic cannabinoids could contain a variety of chemicals. Everything from chloride to formaldehyde, you name it, they just put it on there, Ramsier said. You don't know what it's being mixed with. It's basically taking twigs and branches, whatever, and spraying them with chemicals. There's not necessarily any rhyme or reason as to what the chemicals could be. It's just kind of a hodgepodge. Despite the 4 inmate deaths, the drug does not seem to be a major problem for the rest of the county. Rambosk said in a 2012 survey, 9.6% of Charlotte County high school students reported using synthetic marijuana in the last 30 days, but in the 2016 survey, that number dropped to 1%. She attributes the decrease to education, as well as a 2013 county ordinance banning possession or sale of synthetic drugs. In fiscal year 201,617, the Department of Corrections seized 56,549 grams of synthetic cannabinoids from FDC facilities. The department conducts both random and for-cause drug tests on inmates, but synthetic cannabinoids are difficult to test for given the array of possible chemicals involved. Manufacturers change the chemicals in synthetic cannabinoids often, and as such tests may be inconclusive, Office of Communications staff said in an email. Deputy Press Secretary Patrick Manderfield stated contraband interdiction is a national issue which FDC has taken aggressive steps to combat. In July, the office initiated new enhanced search procedures, and in October, the department's intelligence team began quarterly contraband searches based on data from newly acquired technology. Additionally, X-ray machines installed at each facility's staff and visitor entrance points are intended to catch contraband before it reaches the inmate population. FDC will not comment on open investigations. For now, there is no explanation why none of these steps were successful in keeping deadly substances out of inmates' hands. FDC does not have a substance use treatment program at CCI, though the department states inmates identified with a substance use disorder are transferred to a facility that provides treatment. Email, aeasker@sun-herald.com. Ruano. Godsey. Kirkland. Miller.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy.
is
You
the
work
hard
for
part.
us, Sheriff.
And
Just
keeping
keep that in
up.
mind. At one time, we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
County. This is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave a, let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here. and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.